Hi everyone. I hope you all are great and I hope you're fine. Today we will have apostrophes. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on your name, move on to language at the grade 8. Chapters apostrophe lesson will be identify and correct errors with compound and joint possession. Identify and correct errors with plural and possessive nouns. Okay, so a possessive noun shows who or what owns something or has something. So it shows possession and ownership. Okay. So to form the possessive of a compound noun, make the last part of the noun possessive. So if you have a compound noun, you have to make the last part possessive. Just like my sister-in-law's career, the Secretary of State's speech, the Chiefs of Staff's legacy, my great grandmother's name. So if you're making the compound noun possessive, you add the apostrophe and s at the last part. Okay. So when two nouns joined by and share possession of something, only the second noun would be written as a possessive noun. So when two nouns are joined by and share possession, the second one would be written in possessive form. So Becca and Lily's room is larger than mine. So you can see Becca, and then the second one is larger. Okay, so Becca and Lily share one room. When two nouns joined by and do not share possession of something, both nouns should be written as possessive nouns. So if they don't share possession of something, then they'll be written both as possessive nouns. So it's like Becca's and Lily's room are larger than mine. Becca and Lily each have their own room. So if they do not share possession of something, everything will be written separately. But if they share possession, only the second one would have the possessive form. So click to correct the text if needed. Okay, so click to correct the text if needed. My mother's in law house is directly across the street from us. Fortunately, we have a good relationship with her and we all enjoy spending time together. So, as you can see here, it says mother's in law, but that's wrong because we need to put the possession at the last part. So, it's supposed to be in laws that has the what possession form. Okay, so we have runners. Okay, even though Malia did not place first in her SK, in her 5K meet, her runners up prize made all her months of training worthwhile. So, which is incorrect. So, runners up, you're supposed to have the possession in the second part. All right, so let's look at the test now. Share your answers with me if you know them. So my mother's in-law house is directly across the street from ours. Fortunately, we have a good relationship with her. So is it the first, second, or third? All right, so we have the first one. All right, so what do you think is the right one here? Ethel Rosenberg's and Julius Rosenberg's conspiracy trial in 1951 was highly publicized and widely debated. While some Americans felt the Rosenbergs were victims of anti-communist hysteria, others believed the husband and wife had indeed shared secret information with the Russian government. First, second, or talk. All right, the first one. My mother's in-law house is directly across the street from ours. Fortunately, we have a good relationship with her. We all enjoy spending time together. First, second, or third. Okay, so we have what chiefs of staff. This was a different answer to a different question. Just mixed up. This is also mixed up. So it's gonna be the first one. Even though Mala did not place first in her 5K meet, her runners up prize made all the months of training worthwhile. First, second, or third. Okay, so we have runner up, so it's the first one. Okay, that's it for this first lesson. We'll move on to the next one, which is identify correct errors and identify correct errors with plural and possessive nouns. Alright, so a plural noun names more than one person, place, or thing. So plural just names more than one. Then a possessive noun shows who or what owns something or has something. So you have to add an apostrophe and s to the singular possessive to make it a possessive noun. So if it's singular, you add apostrophe and s. For example, mat. So it's apostrophe and s, okay, to make it possessive. So we have Matt's glove, the bird's wings. When a plural noun ends with s, just add an apostrophe to make it possessive noun. So remember that we have plurals that end with s. So once it ends with s and you want to make it possessive, you have to add your apostrophe after the s, just like the boys' camp, the school's team. And then when a plural noun does not end with s, you have to add apostrophe and s to make it possessive noun. So we have some plurals that don't end with s. So that's what you do. So just like men's game. So men is already in plural, but it doesn't end with s. So you put apostrophe and s. The children's toys and the mice's tails. So find the plural or possessive error, select it and type it correctly. The claymation musical group the California Raisins appeared in hit commercials in the 1980s. The Clay character's popularity led to 4 albums and an Emmy Award. So, what would be the error here? So, we have characters. So, characters is already in plural, so you just add apostrophe after the S. Okay, so we have before highways were built and automobiles were widely available, travelers' main transportation option were horse-driven coach and railway. So what's the error here? Highways. Highways shouldn't be possessive. So we have bird watchers can find the red-winged blackbird in marshes and fields throughout North America. The bird's distinctive oak alley call makes it easy to identify. So what's the error here? Bird watchers. So you don't need to make it possessive. Okay? So moving on to the test, you can share your answers with me. So we have find the plural possessive error, select it and type it correctly. So during the debate, the candidates argued about education, taxes, and Americans' international standing. First, second, third. All right, the first one. Birdwatchers can find the red-winged blackbird in marshes and fields throughout North America. The bird's distinctive oak alley call makes it easy to identify. First, second, or third. All right, we have the first, the bird watchers. Colonius Vanderbilt was one of the richest Americans in history. The famous businessman fortune was made in railroads and shipping. First, second, or third? All right, so we have businessman, the first. Okay, several recent studies have linked standing desks to improvements to workers' health. Due to this finding, many companies are now offering their employees the option to use standing desks. First, second, or third? Okay, so we have the first. Although a wasp's painful sting can ward off some predators, insects and animals ranging from beetles to blackbirds still prey on the insect. First, second, or third? All right, so we have the first. The rising and falling tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and sun as well as Earth's rotation. Tides first, second, or third. Okay, we have the first, which is the tides. Most vegetarians' diet consists of fruit, vegetables, soy products, grains, and dairy products. First, second, or third. Okay, so we have grains. So a recent Danish study found that while people's food intake has increased over the last 100 years, they are generally eating healthier food. First, second, or third. Okay, so we have yes. Although turtles are omnivorous, which means they can eat both plants and other animals, my pet turtle Shelly favorite snack is lettuce. First, second, or third. All right, so we have turtles. So, unlike most woodpeckers, Alabama's state bird, the yellowhammer woodpecker, doesn't have the strength to drill into most trees, so it usually searches for food along the ground. First, second, or third. All right, so we have Alabama's. All right, that's it for our lesson under apostrophe. Can you tell me if you have any questions? All right, so since we have no questions, we'll end here. Try to complete this lesson if you haven't finished it yet. See you all next time. Bye.